Alright, let's talk about Hercules. No, not the one that we met in the late 90s on Disney, even though us millennials still love that movie. We're talking about the one we met at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, played by the wonderful Brett Goldstein. As a Ted Lasso fan, I am so excited to have him in the MCU, even if there will be less swearing and less growling.
Hey Roy, you come to the club tonight?
Hold on, will you be there?
Of course, bro.
Then no.
So yes, let's talk about this version in the Marvel Comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Hercules is ultra strong, ultra powerful, becomes a god after he dies, and is one of the few Greek gods who's actually known to be heroic. So there's actually few places we could see Hercules enter into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Maybe before the next Thor movie. Because if you remember at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, Zeus is pretty pissed about Thor stealing his lightning bolt, asks Hercules to go defeat Thor. In the comics, however, Immortus is the one that actually tells Hercules to go defeat Thor. But unfortunately, Hercules and Thor have a lot more in common than they think, and they become best friends and go on a lot of adventures together. So during his long life, he's eventually banished from Mount Olympus. But this is where he runs into the Avengers, and eventually becomes a member of the Avengers and kind of fills in that leadership role, and becomes a professor to heroes, because he obviously has a lot of knowledge about ancient civilization and mythology. Just our demigod version of Indiana Jones. Alright, so besides becoming a member of the Avengers, so Hercules actually has a large role in Secret Invasion. He leads a group of gods called the God Squad. Yes, it does sound like a Bible study group. To help neutralize the Skrull invasion on Earth. And he also takes out the Skrull's god with some help. Hercules also has a bit of history with the Ebony Blade. So Ares at some point does steal the Ebony Blade from the Black Knight, and Ares uses this blade to trap Hercules and the gods of Mount Olympus. But luckily, Hercules has some great connections with some super powerful people on Earth, and they come and save the gods of Olympus and Hercules. And our demigod has interaction with our new versions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So in our future comics, Hercules' family is resurrected. But unfortunately, his resurrected family doesn't really know who he is, and they decide to trap him. But the new versions of the Guardians of the Galaxy actually come to save him, with the help of Star-Lord, who unfortunately dies during this rescue. Where I think Hercules is going to end up in the MCU is likely replacing our Thor character. We've already picked an actor who's very likable to play him. And he's a Greek god that most of us are very familiar with. So I feel like he'd just be a great fit to fit into that Thor role as soon as Chris Hemsworth feels like he needs to just give up the hammer. But nonetheless, I would still like to see a fight between Hercules and the Hulk. It happened in the comics. Let's put it in the movies and see what Bruce Banner and Hercules have exactly in common, and what they don't.